and welcome back to my channel. I'm Foxy and my little cub is downstairs with his dad while I film this video. I really hope that you had an amazing Christmas, as good as it could be, and I hope that you're looking forward to a new year. Fingers crossed for a better 2021. So this video is going to be my goals for 2021 if you're interested. Hopefully it might give you some ideas of what you could add to your goal list, how to start or create a goal list, what kind of things to add, and it might clear up some questions that I keep getting asked as well. So here goes. I feel like I haven't sat down and done a video for ages, so I feel a bit nervous, but yeah, let's just get started. So around this time of year, obviously it's common for people to either write New Year's resolutions or like a list of goals that they hope to achieve for the next year. So if you're watching this video, I'm filming it like the end of December 2020. So I tend to write a list of goals rather than resolutions, purely for the fact back in the day my resolutions always used to be like exercise more, eat healthy, and I feel like if you know me, if you follow me on Instagram, it's kind of like my lifestyle now. I really enjoy eating healthy and exercising, so I don't need to put them on a resolution list, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, there is millions of things that I could improve on me and my life, but I just find it easier to write a goals list, and it keeps me more motivated to think what I really want to achieve in the next year. So I don't know about you if you've written your list yet, but I kind of feel like my list this year is a bit different, and I don't know if that's because of my personal situation or because of COVID. So for example, normally on one of the top things on my goal list would be to travel more places. So me and my partner absolutely love traveling, and we've been so many places. We're so lucky. But so yeah, by now for next year we would have already had places booked up. Don't get me wrong, we could, but I just feel like with COVID we don't know what's going on. We don't know if we'd have to like cancel plans. Like obviously my partner works, so we wouldn't know if he'd have to isolate on the way back. It just kind of puts a bit of a spanner in the works planning things. So we haven't booked any travel for next year, but it is kind of on the goals list if COVID just vanishes and we're allowed to travel everywhere again. Obviously top of my list would be to go back to Alicante, where we got engaged and where we did the gender reveal, and take our little fox cub with us too. So yeah, like I said, my personal situation has changed a lot. So the past few years, top of my list of goals would always be competing. So if you follow me on Instagram or if you know me in person, I used to do bikini bodybuilding, and that was always top of my goals. Like I would have a list of what shows I was aiming for, roughly when I'd need to start my prep for these shows, roughly how much weight I'd be thinking I'd need to lose for the show, when to purchase my new bikini, like how to save money for the bikini, because trust me, they ain't cheap. So yeah, my whole goals list would really revolve around competing and also like my career. But if you know me, I had a baby in June this year, so really my goals have changed. I'm more focused on raising my baby now. So that being said, obviously I'm going to tell you what my 2021 goals are. So when I made an Instagram post a few weeks ago and I said that I was sitting down to have a think of what my goals for the next year would be, everybody started messaging me saying, am I going to compete in 2021? And spoiler, I'm going to tell you now. So obviously this isn't set in stone. People change their minds all the time. So I'm going to tell you now if I'm going to compete or not. But obviously I could change my mind. Never say never. Who knows? But right now my feelings are that I will not be competing in 2021. I don't know if that comes as a shock to people or not, but no, I'm not going to compete. The reason is I loved competing, love it, love bodybuilding as a sport. You get so much out of it, but I'm not going to say hate, because hate's a strong word, but there's certain things that come with bodybuilding that I really dislike as well, in equal measures to loving it. And right now it just doesn't fit in with my life. So if you haven't done bodybuilding, it is different for everyone, but for me, when I set my heart on competing and I set the date that I'm aiming for, I literally will eat, live, breathe, sleep, repeat bodybuilding. If you know me, I'm really sorry. The past few years when I did compete, I'm sure it's all I ever talked about, ever. And you literally, it is different for everyone, because obviously some people are, their body shape is a lot leaner naturally. For me to get stage lean to compete, I'll put a picture here. I literally have to work my ass off. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think anybody can get to stage easily, but for me, it's a lot of cardio to lose the body fat. It's a lot of like extreme dieting. And you have to literally weigh all your food. You have to know exactly what you're eating. You can't really eat out. You can't really like have social events. You have to track everything. So for me, I was doing anything from like half an hour to 2.5 hours cardio a day, on top of weight training, on top of prepping all your food. And it's literally all I could think about. I used to visualize a lot, like my posing routine. I'm really rubbish at posing as well. I'd visualize like backstage, being on stage. I'd be watching other bikini girls all the time. It was basically all I lived for, which there's nothing wrong with that. I got a lot from it. Like, it makes you really determined, and it's great when you reach your goal. But for me, it took up like a lot of headspace. Like, it was basically all I thought about. And right now I don't have that space in my head. I don't have really the time to dedicate to cardio and everything. And I just don't have that space in my head to be worrying about what I look like and weighing every single piece of food and like not missing a gym session. And for me, when I compete, I want to give it my all. I know, like, there is women who are mums that do it, and fair play to you, like, it's hard work juggling everything. And I know if it was really important for me to step on stage in 2021, I could do it. Like, 100% it's achievable. I'm not saying it's not achievable, but I feel like competing is one of them things that you have to want it with all your heart, and you have to put all your effort in it, because you don't want to step on stage knowing that you could have done more. And for me, I just don't have the time, or I don't have the passion in me right now to bring that to the stage for this year. For me, it's all about, I want to be enjoying my baby and not being worried that I haven't done enough cardio, or that I still need to get to the gym, like can't miss a session because the other girls that I'm competing against won't have missed the session, if that makes sense. Like, I have thought about it, and I thought, if it was my personal goal to step on stage, I could just do it as much as I possibly could. If I missed the session, so be it, I've missed the session. And it could just be like my personal goal to make it to the stage. But I just don't want it that much this year. I'm not hungry for it like I have been other years. And I just feel like in a really happy place right now. So there you go. That's the answer. I don't want to compete in 2021. Probably not in 2022. Maybe in the future. Like, I like the look of, I've always done IFBB bikini, and I like the look of shows like the Next Fitness Model UK, so maybe I'd look into that in the future, but I don't know. Also, if you follow me, you might already be a bikini girl or be into bodybuilding. You know, when you come out of show, it's sometimes hard to find the balance of like social life, living, gym. You still want to go to the gym, you still want to eat healthy, but you want to have a bit of a social life as well. Like, I've always found that quite hard. Like, I've always loved being on plan, and anything that's taken me off that plan, I've hated it. So when I've not really wanted to go out and like eat meals out, etc. And I do think a lot of people struggle with finding that balance. And to me now, I feel really content. I have that balance in my life. I'd say, like, 80 to 90% of the time I'm still eating really healthy, nutritious meals. I still macro track, I still weigh my food, and I still go to the gym. But it doesn't matter to me if I have to miss a session. If I want to have a meal out, I'll happily have one. I've been eating all the vegan cake, all the vegan ice cream, and I'm just happy and content. And I don't really want to rock the boat with that at the moment. So let's get to the fitness goals. So I've always, if you're writing your goals, this would be a tip from me. It's always kind of good to have, they call them like SMART goals. So it's a way, when you write your goals, it's a way that you can like measure your goals. So for instance, if you just write goals for 2021, I want to lose weight. Well, are you going to stick to it? How are you going to measure if you're losing weight? So I've always done like, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want to drop 2 dress sizes, like I want my waist to be 2 inches smaller, etc. And I've always loved that way of measuring my goals, because you can tell if you're making progress. But again, for me, I feel like my goals this year are completely different because I'm happy with where I am. Like, I'm not in the best shape I've ever been in. And I kind of feel like, say I post a picture of myself in a bikini, I kind of feel like people will like it because I'm 6 months post having a baby. Like, if I posted this picture and I wasn't 6 months post having a baby, people might look at it different. But I feel like because I have that kind of like excuse that I'm 6 months having a baby and this is what I look like I kind of feel like that's why people like it. I don't know if that's real or not, but that's where I am 6 months after having a baby. And to be honest, I'm happy. Like, it's not the best shape I've ever been in, but I'm content and I feel healthy in my body, which is like what I'm striving for, really, to feel healthy and happy. So instead of this year writing my goals of, okay, I want to lose a stone, I want to get back into a size X, Y, Z, I want to lose 2 inches off my waist, I think for me, I just want to continue feeling like balanced and no like stress or pressure of having to lose weight. I want to keep up the consistency in the gym because I love going to the gym, I love exercising, and that's not something I struggle with. Like, I can easily do 5-6 sessions in the gym a week, so that's fine. So I think for me, it's just areas I'd like to focus on, which is harder to measure because there's me telling you, oh yeah, go write a SMART goal, something that you can measure it by. But if I'm just like, oh, I want my bum to look better, it's kind of hard to measure it. But I just feel like I'm in the place now where maybe this year I don't need those SMART goals. I'm just completely content and happy to just go along and see what happens. So yeah, the areas that I want to work on is definitely my mum tum, because although I love my new curves, like my hips have definitely widened from having a baby. I've now got boobs for once in my life and a bum. I'm not the biggest fan of my mum tum, so I would like to tone that. So basically just lose a little more fat off my tummy, and yeah, just continue try and making my bum look good. It's the hardest area ever to improve on. And yeah, I love training shoulders, so maybe shoulders. If I had to put like an actual like weight on there, I mean, from when I competed, I'm probably 1.5 stone over my competition weight, but that isn't sustainable. Like, that weight that you step on stage isn't sustainable. So I'm probably like the top end of my off-season weight, but I do look a lot different in body composition. So if I was going to say to you, how much weight do I want to lose in 2021? It's probably about 10 pounds to 1 stone, which some of you might be like, that's not enough. Some of you might be like, whoa, you don't want to lose that much. But yeah, I'm not really going to be precious over it and be weighing myself all the time, being like, come on, weight come off, because I know if I keep going with my exercise and eating healthy, my body will lose the weight that it doesn't need and will keep what it needs. Also, I don't really want to set a weight goal because I'm still breastfeeding, and you can't really diet when you're breastfeeding. Like, you can't extreme diet anyway. Not that I want to extreme diet, but I just have to really focus on eating healthy and nutritious to maintain my milk supply. So I don't want the pressure of, okay, I definitely want to lose a stone. So that is my fitness goals, really, just to work on certain parts of my body and keep up the gym. One thing I loved when I was pregnant was yoga and Pilates. And because I've like always been so into weightlifting forever that I never ever stretched. So if you know, I'm like the least flexible person in the world ever. And you can tell this like from my posing on stage, because I can't get into certain positions because I'm basically just a stiff board. And yoga and Pilates just makes me feel amazing. It kind of feels, this is how amazing it makes me feel. I used to absolutely hate yoga. I used to find it boring. But now I just feel, once I do a yoga session, I honestly feel like I've had a massage. That is how good it feels. And obviously with COVID, we can't be going out for massages at the moment. So I really want to prioritize at least like 2 or 3 times a week doing some yoga and Pilates. So that is one of my goals. And I suppose that's measurable, because if I say I want to do yoga twice a week, at least I can tick those boxes. Because I don't want to compete, but I still want to look like I train. And I feel like you can have a good body without going to the extremes of competing. Like, I don't want to put anyone off competing. If that's your goal, go for it. But it's just not my year to do it. Also with COVID and restrictions and stuff, I would hate to prep and then shows be cancelled. Like, I couldn't be doing with that. So I think another good goal to have, if you want to like show off getting back into shape or whatever, would be a photo shoot. So I love being in front of the camera and posing. So I think that's going to be one of my goals, is to do at least 1 photo shoot this year. What else did I write for my fitness? Oh yeah, so also with the SMART goal in mind, some of my friends have done this a few months ago. Shout out to Lauren and Ellie. They set like mini goals. So like, for instance, they did it on the bike, and correct me if I'm wrong because I can't remember, but I'm sure they did like 200 kilometers or 250 kilometers or 200 miles in a month on the bike. So each day they'd do like 10 miles or whatever and add them all together. And I really, really like the idea of that challenge. So for January, I'm going to do, what did I put? I wrote 100 meters, but that would take about 2 seconds, wouldn't it? I think I meant 100 kilometers. So starting off small, just because obviously I've got my little baby and I still want to be doing my weights and my yoga. I can't like put too much pressure on. So that's another thing, really, like when you write your goals, make sure they're actually attainable. Like, there's no point me saying, okay, I'm going to do 1 million miles on the bike this month, when you just know that you're setting yourself up to fail. So I'll do 100 kilometers in January, and if it's a piece of pee, then I'll up it in February. You don't want to make your goals too easy, but you want a challenge there, but you really want something that you can get stuck into and it actually be attainable. Otherwise, you're just going to make yourself feel like poo all the time, being like, oh, I didn't do that this month. I didn't do this that month. Like, I could easily write, okay, I love yoga. It's making me feel great. I'm going to do yoga 6 times a week, but I just know I don't have the time for it. So 2 times or 3 times is actually a challenge for me. And I know it will make me feel better. And I know that I can actually fit it in my diary. So that's another tip. Make sure your goals are actually something that you can attain. So yeah, thanks for that, Loz and Ellie. I'm going to add that to my January goals. That's also a thing I do. So you write your 2021 goals, and then each month you break it down a little bit. And don't be scared to change your goals. Like, just because you've written something in December that you want to achieve that in 2021, if that goal doesn't serve you anymore come January, February, March, change the goal. You don't have to stick to it just because you wrote it on a piece of paper. So life changes, priorities change. You might meet someone, that means you have less time, you might have a new job. So yeah, just go with the flow, just have some ideas to work towards, because you don't just want to like bumble through life. It's good to have like a few challenges. So yeah, my other goals that aren't fitness, because obviously New Year's resolutions and goals always seem to go around fitness. I want to get better and gooder at vlogging. So my goal for 2021 is to get 100 subscribers. So if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, you could subscribe and then I might get to my goal quicker. But really I just want to vlog more because I want to capture my memories with my baby. I think it'll be really nice in the future to look back at our memories. And most of all, I just want to help people. So whether that's people in their pumping journey or like new mums, first time mums that are winging it like me, I just want to help those people. So yeah, that's one goal. Second goal, so yeah, I hope to maybe like put 1 or 2 videos up a week, and I feel like I am improving each video, so bear with me. Second goal, I love reading. I am a bookworm geek. Love it, love it, love it. So I am on Goodreads, and this year in 2020 I read 43 books apparently. So next year I would always obviously like to increase, but now I've got my little one, it's not as easy to read. So I've set my target at 30. So if I do more, that's good. I think 30 is probably achievable. And like I was saying, I put my big goals out for 2021 and then I make my January goals, my February goals. So in January, I'll probably put something like I want to read 2 books. So that obviously adds up towards the big goal. Little goals into big goals. I've already said that I want to travel, and that means in the UK as well. My little fox cub hasn't even met quite a lot of my family. So once COVID, the restrictions are lifted, I'd like to be able to travel and meet family. I've said that I want to talk more about my pumping journey to help people. So my goal was I wanted to breastfeed or pump until my little one was 6 months. So we're nearly at 7 months now. We've exceeded the goal. So I guess now the goal is 9 months and then a year. I definitely, hopefully, want to stop at a year, I think. I hope. So the next goal in mind is 9 months. So that's on my 2021 list. If you've watched any of my vlogs, you'll know that I do baby sign language with my little one. So I've put that I hope to continue with this, and I hope that he will do his first sign in 2021. He should technically do more than one, but obviously not going to put, I want my son to be doing 50 signs by the end of 2021 because I'm not the kind of mum like to pressure him. So hopefully we'll aim for 1 and we might times that by 50 by the end. Then I always do like a career and money goal, which is hard because I've actually left my job to be a stay-at-home mum and raise Kirsten, which I am really happy about. Sad as well because I loved my job and all the people I worked with. But for me, I just want to have some more time with Kirsten at home. So I have put on my 2021 list of goals that maybe I need to look into something that I can do from home to earn some money, or maybe near the end of the year, part-time job. I'm qualified in quite a few things, so I'm a personal trainer and fitness instructor. So I was thinking I could reset up my online coaching business and help other people to get fit. I'm also a medical secretary, so I'm sure there's some stuff that I could do at home for that. Please, if you are a network marketing person, don't bombard me with messages because I'm happy it works for you, but it's not something that I want to do. I am open-minded, but I just don't want to be selling stuff like that. So yeah, I am very lucky that I can stay at home. Oh yeah, we have got about 4 million Beanie Babies in the cupboard. So my goal is to sell them on eBay. But they're just so cute. I don't know if I want to let them go. They're so cute. I'm not even exaggerating. I'll have to show you a picture of all the ones that we've got. And then I always put some really easy ones to achieve on the list, just because I can pretty much do them straight away and tick them off, because I'm a big believer that action promotes action. So once you get started doing something and you tick it off, like every day I write a to-do list, and once you get going on, like I write the easiest of things on the to-do list, like wiping the kitchen sides takes 20 seconds. We all know that we have to do that every day. Once you've ticked it off, you're on a roll, you can get going, maybe do the harder jobs like cleaning the oven, hate that job, mopping the floor, hate that job. So yeah, I always put some really easy goals to achieve on. So my easy goals are to have a haircut in 2021, because I haven't had it cut in 2020 and it's in desperate need. So that's easily achievable as long as COVID doesn't stop me. And talking of self-care, my thing that I've put on my list for self-care, because it has to be something that I have the time to do around the baby really, is I need to look after my nails more. It makes me cringe every time I make a video and I see my nails. Like, I just don't look after them. I used to always have acrylics, fake nails, and they were beautiful, but I'm too scared I'm going to scratch the baby. So I just need to order some nice new nail varnish and just take some time. I mean, when I'm pumping, I'm sat there for 20 minutes. I'm just scrolling Instagram. I could be doing my nails nice, couldn't I? So if you see me in a vlog with minging nails, make sure you comment. So that's another goal. Then my last one on the easy goal list is I want to own a bottle holder for the pram, because I used to drink so much water. You know, that's one of the most common ones on people's goal list or New Year's resolutions, is drink more water. I never had that problem ever. I was literally like a fish. I wanted to drink loads of water, and I don't know what happened when I was pregnant. I just went off water. Like, I never really liked squash before I was pregnant, and then when I was pregnant, one of my main cravings was orange squash, and since then I like squash a lot. And I think it's a time thing, you know, like if you're a mum and you're looking after your baby, like you're playing with them, then changing them, getting an outfit change, going out for a walk. Like, I just don't drink enough water nowadays. So I feel like if I had that bottle holder on the pram, when I'm out walking, I can take my bottle or my coffee or my fruity tea. So that's really easy to tick off, because all I've got to do is go onto Amazon, find it, buy it, and that is goal 1 complete of 2021. So I might do that now. Head start for 2021. Then last but not least, my goal, obviously I have other like goals, like wanting to keep my partner happy relationship, maybe start wedding planning. That could be a good goal, couldn't it? Ooh. And obviously want to keep my little boy happy and healthy and get on top of all his allergies and properly start weaning so he's actually eating food, because it's been a bit of a nightmare. Before I had the baby, I was a massive Mrs. Hincher, and the house has gone. It's clean, it's not dirty, it's just messy and kid stuff everywhere. So that's another goal, hinching and wearing my clothes more than 10 seconds and throwing them on a pile. Also with Kirsten's clothes, he wears it for like 20 minutes, outfit change. So that would create less washing, better for the environment, and not just have loads of piles of clothes everywhere that I need to tidy up. So getting my hinch back on is one. And I've got a home Instagram account that I don't use anymore because the house isn't Instagrammable. So I might start that back up and hinch. So yeah, I've got little goals like that. Also, I want to shop, because of staying at home, not working. obviously need to be a bit more careful with money. So I want to shop small, not support like bigger businesses, and only buy things when we really need them, really. And then my last but not least goal is, if you follow me on Instagram, I am a massive oversharer, which I don't think is a bad thing. I honestly think that me oversharing my problems and like all the things I achieve and things that I fail with and things I'm experiencing, my good experiences, my bad experiences, my life, I think it really helps other people. I think, one, it makes me out to be like a real person, so people like will talk to me and ask for my experience. We can share experiences. Being a first-time mum, it really helps because I speak to like a lot of the mums on Instagram and I could not live without them. But I also think it brings a lot of judgment with it when I share things. Like, I don't have to share things and then get trolled about it. Do you know what I mean? So one of my goals is, I will keep sharing, don't you worry. That's probably why I like YouTube, because I can talk to you guys as well. But one of my things is I want to stop explaining myself. So in this world, you realise this more once you've had a baby. So you might Google, when you're a mum, you will Google everything. So I'm trying to think of an example, but say for instance, I Google, when should my baby sleep in his own room? You will get people that believe babies should never ever sleep in their own room. They have to be close to you. You'll have people that think they should go in their own room day one. Like, you have 100 different opinions, and when you're a mum, you realise this, you will get hundreds of different opinions, and everybody that has their set opinion thinks that they're right. They think that other people are wrong. So it's not just about being a mum either. In this world, it's the same with anything. Like, that's what makes the world a wonderful place. There's so many different opinions and rights and wrongs for different things. So really, I just want to keep sharing what I'm doing. I'm no expert, but just keep sharing my experiences, but stop explaining. Like, I don't owe why I do anything to anyone, so just stop explaining myself, like, in fear of being judged, if that makes sense. So I do that a lot. And yeah, I just like sharing my experiences, and life is a big experience. That's why I loved competing. That was a really big experience. It was a thing that was on my bucket list for a long time. So I got into bodybuilding in like 2010. I didn't compete until 2018. So imagine when that was a massive tick off my goal list for 2018. That was amazing. And it was an amazing experience. But for me, there's so many different experiences in the world, in life. And I felt like competing was kind of holding me back from other experiences. So like going on dates, like even when we was on holiday, I used to take my own food sometimes. And I feel like I want to experience all the cultures, everything. Just want to experience everything in life. So that's another reason why I'm not competing. I feel like I'm just going off on a wild goose chase now. There's just something else in my brain. I've got to wait for it to come back to me. No, it's gone. Well, I said that I wanted this video to be about half an hour, and it's about 35 minutes. So I'm just trying to talk really slowly to see if that idea pops back into my head. I think it is a goner. But yeah, so my goals this year look a lot different. But I also think that's because I've ticked off some major life goals. So in 2020, even though it was a bad year for most people, we bought our first house. So if you think in previous years, if you're looking for ideas of what to put on your goal list, we would always put things like save X amount of money towards our deposit for a house. And then we broke that down, and each month we knew that we had to save, say, £1,000 each month, or £500 each month. It might not even be that you're saving for a house, but you could put that you want to save £50 a month for something big. Obviously we had a baby this year, so that was a big life goal. Not that it was ever one of my goals, but a nice surprise goal. So that was ticked off, because obviously one of my 2020 goals was to deliver him safely and everything be okay. So that was a good goal to tick off. So yeah, getting engaged. Not that you can really write that as a goal. You can't really force that one, can you? So yeah, I feel like my 2021 goals are a lot more relaxed, not as hardcore. And to be honest, that would have scared me in the past, because I always feel like you need like a big goal to be going like full on, like motivated for this goal. But I kind of feel like my baby is only 6 months old, so 2021 is going to be about growing as a family and like growing him, raising him, teaching him things. So yeah, got my hands full really. Anyway, thank you for watching me ramble on about my goals. I hope it might have given you some ideas, and I'd really, 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 really love to hear what your goals are. So leave them in the comments below, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, because you will be helping me reach my goal. Love you. Bye.